Hey friends, it's me. I'm Ray, and I'm a giant manta ray. The name manta comes from a Spanish word that means blanket. Can you see why? This blanket glides through the day, enjoying God's great blue ocean. We giant manta rays like to hang out in shallow water during the day. Then we dive down into the deep end of the sea at night. What about you? Do you like the shallow end or the deep end of the pool? I'm one of the world's largest fish, and I tell the world's funniest fish jokes. Want to hear some? What fish are musical? Tuna fish.
La la la.
What do you call a fish with no eyes? A fish. Get it? The letter I is missing. One more. What fish is most valuable? A goldfish. It feels good to laugh, doesn't it? Trusting God puts a smile on your face. God always keeps His promises. Now that's something to brighten any day. In the Bible book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 4, It says, "For the word of the Lord holds true, and we can trust everything he does." In the Bible, a woman named Sarah had a good chuckle too. She was as old as a grandma, so she thought the idea of having a baby was pretty funny. But God's promise came true, and she had a baby boy. Sarah and her husband Abraham named the boy Isaac, which means laughter. It's fun to look back and see how God keeps his promises. Maybe you needed friends and God was with you. Or maybe you were scared and God comforted you. Or perhaps you asked God for help and he answered in a surprising way. We may not see or realize that God's working in our lives, but he is. So, keep an eye out for God's promises to come true for you. You can, because you're not a fish. We can trust God.
Sarah looked at the wrinkles on her hands and touched Abraham's gray beard. They had waited many years, but still no baby. "We're very old and have no child," Sarah told Abraham. "Did God forget about us?" "God promised we would have a baby," said Abraham, "and God doesn't forget promises." Sarah sighed. She thought maybe God had forgotten this time. Abraham wiped his sweaty forehead. It was hot. He squinted across the desert. "Who are they?" Abraham wondered. 3 strangers walked towards him. Abraham bowed to the 3 men and invited them to stay. "Please stay to rest and eat," Abraham told them. "Sarah, visitors are here," Abraham called. "Make some bread." Abraham rushed to his herd so he could prepare meat and milk for them. The visitors rested under a shady tree. Abraham gave them water to wash their feet. Sarah shuffled around inside the tent. She mixed and patted and kneaded the bread dough. She listened to Abraham and the visitors. "Where's your wife Sarah?" one of the visitors asked. "She's making bread to eat," said Abraham. The 3 visitors smiled. "Soon she will be feeding a baby." "Ha!" Sarah laughed. "I'm too old for babies." The visitors heard Sarah laughing. "Is anything too wonderful for the Lord?" they asked her. Finally, God did give Sarah and Abraham a baby, just as the visitors said, just as God promised. Sarah and Abraham named their son Isaac.
Come it never runs out.